Hi, this is Tim with Temptation Bait Company, here with another tip. I had a gentleman request for me to show the proper way to use and rig a finesse style worm. I fish primarily on Lake Lanier, which is a 38,000 acre lake about 40 miles outside of Atlanta, and it is the most visited lake in the United States. Pretty tough lake to fish, but don't let that deter you from getting out there. Okay, the jet skis, water skis, and everything else that's out there bothers the fishermen. It doesn't bother the fish. They are used to it. Okay, but it is heavily fished. But a gentleman sent me an email requesting me to show how to properly rig a finesse worm. Now, what I like to use is, and this is just a personal preference, I use a 6.5 foot medium action spinning reel and rod combo with 8-pound line. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, as I said, I like to use 8-pound line. If you need bigger line, you feel free to use whatever you prefer. All right, 8-pound clear line is what I like to use. The water here is very clear, and the fish are very finicky. All right, what I start off with is using preferably a 3/16 ounce bullet weight. Then I place a plastic bead on there. I usually try to go with the color of the worm or crawfish or whatever bait I'm using, but what that bead does is it bounces against your knot. If you didn't have this bead, that eventually that lead weight would wear on your knot. Okay, plus it adds a little clicking noise that helps to attract the fish. All right. Then I use a bait keeper style hook. If you can see, it's got a little offset here. All right, and I do suggest using the smallest long shank bait keeper hook that you can find, but use whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, here I have a Temptation salt and pepper finesse worm, and all you do is just insert it as close to the center of the head as you can, right until it comes to the bend in the hook. Then I come out with that, okay, and then I snug it up over the keeper portion. If you look, it's sitting right on that shank, so that keeps your bait from sliding down. Now, these baits really need to be perfectly straight as you can get it. Best way to do that is if you'll see the bottom of the hook comes to this portion on the worm. I just put my finger there. That's where I'm going to insert the tip of the hook. Okay, and if you notice, that bait is hanging very, very straight. The worst thing you can do is go too far down, then you've got this hump, and what's going to happen is every time you move that bait just the least little bit, it's going to cause it to twirl in a very unnatural way. Okay, here on Lake Lanier, spotted bass, many of us have been told, let the fish run with the bait, move with the bait for a little bit. They're just going to swallow the hook and you're going to end up killing the fish. And the way that I was told was that he doesn't have it in his pocket. Okay, if you can feel him, it's in his mouth. Set the hook, set it hard, reel him in.